Republic of Indonesia is located in Southeast Asia. With more than 17,000 islands, it is the world's largest archipelago. Indonesia has an estimated population of over 260 million people, which make it the fourth largest population in the world, as well as the most populous Muslim-majority country. Before finally being an independent country in 1945, Indonesia was colonized from the 15th centuries by a lot of countries, but mainly by Dutch for almost 350 years, and lastly by Japan for 3.5 years. In 1945, Pancasila, an Indonesian Constitution Act, was born. Pancasila is the philosophy of the Indonesian state and comprises of 5 values in the picture above. As part of the Constitution, alongside traditional subjects, the Indonesian curriculum must contain 3 areas to support Pancasila, which is Pancasila education, religious education, and civic education. During the colonial era, education was not available for the general population of Indonesia. It was only for the colonial children and the children of upper-class Indonesians. With all of the diversity within Indonesia, we needed to develop a sense of national identity and unity to bring together the different tribes with their own unique languages and cultures. Pancasila education teaches students of the state philosophy of Pancasila and the 5 values that Indonesians should live by, regardless of their ethnicity and religion. Civic education is very important to cultivate the attitude of citizenship of the next generation of the nation. It helps students develop understanding of the concept of state and also skills for everyday life. The Act hopes that the teaching of civic education creates citizens that value the unity of Indonesia. One of the values of Pancasila is that Indonesian citizens should have faith in God. Religious education is carried out by an educator directing students on religious teachings of the student's personal religion. Not only are students expected to understand the material presented, but learners are expected to apply the teachings in their life. The hope is to create harmony between religions, which Indonesia is often praised for on the world stage. Although the ideals of Pancasila are noble, the reality is sometimes more complicated. The teaching of each aspect depends on the qualities and mindset of the educator. Indonesians educators are extremely poorly paid, and many potentially excellent educators do not enter teaching because of the low pay and poor working conditions. Coupled with often poor teaching, each area is open to dogmatic teaching. Poor teaching of Pancasila and civics have created some citizens who can be close-minded to the benefits of globalization and see Indonesia at the center of all issues, rather than having a global mindset and analyzing issues from all angles. Also, religion education is often only taught as a need to memorize and recall facts and figures, without any analysis of how to understand the teaching in the context of society. This can have the opposite effect as intended by creating close-minded people who are intolerant of others from different religion. By studying Pancasila and civics, we will develop a good knowledge of politics and individual rights and liberties, how to justly apply the law as a good citizen, as well as the limitations of the state where issues become personal responsibilities. So, Pancasila is a political education that teaches us about our role as a good citizens in the form of rights and obligations.